Welcome to the Balancing Act podcast with SingerLewak. Today we're honoring National Volunteer Month. Through the SL Cares program at SingerLewak, we've built a culture of giving and volunteerism, encouraging our team members to engage in their local communities and their charitable causes. Hosting this episode is Mike Jones, CEO and Managing Partner of Resound, an advertising consultancy based in Tempe, Arizona. Mike is also the founder of Thrive PHX, a nonprofit organization dedicated to community enrichment. We have a fantastic panel of guests from SingerLewak's Henderson, Nevada office who are actively involved in SL Cares. Joining us are tax partner Steve Giorgione, the Henderson office coordinator Jessica Hamilton, and tax director Stephanie Gunderson. This episode is all about exploring the balance between work and giving back to our communities. Let's get into their experiences and learn more about how SingerLewak is making a positive impact through volunteerism and community outreach.
Thanks, everyone, for listening in to another SingerLewak podcast episode. I want to introduce our great panel that we have today, Steve, Jessica, and Stephanie. Steve, why don't you kick us off and let us know who you are and your role at SingerLewak?
Okay, I'm a tax partner in the Henderson, Las Vegas, Nevada office. We have a small office here, and I've been with the firm now for 4.5 years.
That's great. Thanks for being here, Steve. And Jessica?
My pleasure.
My name's Jessica. I've been with SingerLewak for 4.5 years as well, and I'm the office coordinator in the Henderson, Nevada office.
Thanks for being here, Jessica. And Stephanie?
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I'm the Las Vegas tax director, and I've also been here for about 4 years, but slightly less than both Jessica and Steve. And we have a great little office, and we work great together. We're excited to be here.
I appreciate all three of you being on. Today, we're focused on the SL Cares program, which is really just an opportunity for everyone at SingerLewak to give back, right? And so we want to talk a little bit about what the program actually is. So Stephanie, would you mind just kind of giving us a little bit of an understanding of the program, how it works, and maybe a little bit of the history?
Sure, I'd love to. The SL Cares program is an opportunity for each of us as offices and individuals to give back to our communities. We want to be involved with our communities and with the growth and really just help sustain everything. And so the firm supports this initiative. And so we've been involved in various projects as a group. And also we have the opportunity to be involved in different projects and charities on an individual basis to kind of help support our personal charitable endeavors. And so that's really kind of what it's about.
That's great. Jessica, what are some of the different projects that you've been involved with?
I have been involved with, during COVID, we wrote some letters to support our troops. After that, we've also worked at the Ronald McDonald House, preparing foods for the people that had to stay there. And then most recently, we worked on a garden for a school, helped get it cleaned up so that the school could show the kids how to grow food and how to pick the foods and send the food to different charities.
That's great. Steve, what's been kind of your experience with those programs?
I've been involved in all three of those with Jessica and Stephanie, and we've had a great time doing it. The Ronald McDonald House, they have families coming in they bring in a family member from out of town that needs medical services in our community, and they invite their immediate family to come with them. So the families have to eat, and the Ronald McDonald House engages people from around the community to come in. They have some of the food is donated. We bought some of the food. We picked a menu and came in and made it. And then typically the family members got to eat and didn't have to worry about anything. They're going back and forth to the hospital. It sure is nice to be able to just go down to the kitchen, grab something to eat and at a nice residence. Talking about the elementary school program, that was great too. That, it's an agricultural program that they teach these kids how to farm, how to work with the crops, and then what to do with the crops. And it was just a fun experience. And you always feel good about doing something for your community.
I think giving back to the community and working with kids and just helping in any way we can is hugely important.
We got to work as a team on a common goal and actually have some fun doing it. So it made it all the experiences were fun in that aspect.
If you were talking with, a coworker within the firm, how would you encourage them to kind of approach this? And I'll open this up for any one of you to answer.
I would just encourage all the members of the firm. Sometimes it's just a matter of people hearing about something that they want to be part of or involved in. They kind of gave us some different options, or we could select something, to turn around. And I just say it's just fun to be part of something outside of just working in the office.
Yeah, get involved. Don't be afraid to get involved. You never know what you're going to learn and how you're going to grow.
I agree.
I know some of your coworkers aren't in an office with other coworkers. How could they maybe approach this kind of program? I know SingerLewak has done some things to allow for it to work for remote workers too, but maybe share a little bit about that.
Sure. I would say find what matters to you. We actually have one of our colleagues who does work remote fully, and he has family ties to Ukraine. When the conflict in Ukraine came out, he wanted to help. And so he organized a way to create care packages and receive donations that he was able to collect and ship over to Ukraine. To me, that was huge because it obviously benefited the people of Ukraine, but it had a personal connection to our colleague. So you don't always need that personal connection, but if it's available, find it. There's so many opportunities to help and to volunteer and to serve. Just look for it. Just get involved.
Yeah, and the way the firm helped out with that is, this employee kind of gathered donations, purchased some things on his own, and then the firm ended up paying for the shipping to ship the stuff overseas to where it could help.
I think it helps build a stronger office and a stronger sense of, hey, we can do this. Working together, we can accomplish what might be a huge task, but as a team, we can make it something actually fun and enjoyable.
I think we all get a feeling of community and pride and sense of accomplishment when you do something that benefits someone else without them asking and they're in need. But however you want to get involved, it doesn't matter. It's just something nice that when you can help, you do something.
As you think about just like other organizations too, beyond SingerLewak, how would you, like if someone came to you and said, hey, we're thinking about maybe doing our own program like this, what would you tell them in terms of things to think about or approach they might want to take?
Organization.
Yeah.
Being organized. When we cooked for the Ronald McDonald House, it was really nice that we came up with a meal plan of, okay, this is what we're making. This person's bringing this stuff. This person's getting this stuff. And we really worked it out so that nothing was left behind and everybody contributed. If someone had a special something that they wanted to bring, it was okay, that's not at my grocery store. You go get it from your grocery store. We'll make it happen. And so it really worked out well.
And I would say find things that are meaningful to you. Play to your strengths a little bit. If you're good at something, find a way to use that strength to benefit the community and give back.
How do you think about like the publicizing of the giving back? I know that can kind of be a bit of a loaded question to work through for a lot of firms. Like how much do we want to share beyond our four walls what we're doing and not wanting to become just like a marketing play? How do you make it remain authentic?
Yeah, I agree with that you don't want to overplay that part of it. Sometimes you do things for the right reasons, and the reason is to help out the charity or the people in need, and you don't necessarily need publicity and getting a pat on the back. the pat on the back is the good feeling you get for helping out whoever you helped out or the organization. And I think, it doesn't hurt if you can turn around and work some of that in to where you get some notoriety out of it, but that's not the main event. That, you don't need to be doing things for the wrong reasons, and getting notoriety out of doing something for people that need it is not the first area of concern.
All these events are not only helpful for the charity, but they're also helpful for you as an individual because you learn.
No, just circling back a little bit on the publicity and the recognition, I would just say that sometimes it might be good to talk with the charity you're representing a little bit about that, because they might actually appreciate a little bit of publicity about your involvement, because it might encourage others to recognize that charity and realize that they're there and also support them. So, be careful. I mean, you don't want to overdo it, but at the same time, talk with who you're working with, because it could be, it could be well received.
How would you encourage a charity to engage, a group like you all, right? How could they best utilize your help and support if they're thinking about partnering with you or another organization that's doing something similar?
It doesn't matter if the charity is local to you or not. There may be causes that are outside your local area that are meaningful that you can still get involved in at a distance. So don't let, geographic boundaries limit you either.
Well, we're about wrapped up, but is there anything else that either any of the three of you want to share, or that you didn't feel like we answered or covered about the SL Cares program, or really just about giving back in general?
Don't be afraid to get involved.
Yeah, and I think the firm has done a good job on that, on turning around and kind of encouraging people to get involved and think about stuff and do things and do them as a group. And I kind of look at it and say, we've always taken a few pictures. We've posted it on our intranet, that other offices can see what our office did, and we see what some of the other offices did. We're not advertising with that. It's all internal, but I think that says a lot right there, and kind of shows the spirit of the SL Cares program, and what it's done and what it could do.
That wraps up this special episode of the Balancing Act podcast with SingerLewak, where we discussed the importance of giving back during National Volunteer Month. Thank you to our guests for sharing their inspiring stories about the SL Cares program and their commitment to helping the community. Thank you for listening, and be sure to subscribe to the Balancing Act podcast to stay updated on future episodes. We want to remind you that every act of kindness makes a difference. Keep balancing, and we'll catch you on the next episode.